Righto, Oreshnik, let's have a look at it. This is 2024 footage here. I'm using the 2024 footage here from this particular shot, not the recent one, in Lviv. What was that? Somewhere around New Year's 2026. Now, as we can see, I freeze framed here. It's hit the earth and nothing's happened. Just a few spot fires which dissipate very quickly. There you go. Nothing to see, nothing to see. Here comes another one, same result. What's it doing? It's just disappearing. And there you go. Where's all the explosive impact? Nothing's happening. It's like going through the earth like it's not even there. Very interesting. Oh well, I've got my conclusions on this. That's the end of the footage. That's the evidence. Now, let's compare that to a meteorite. Now, meteorites are also hypersonic. That's what we've got to compare the hypersonic Oreshnik with. Kinetic energy, what happens at hypersonic speeds? Well, we get vaporization. We get a massive explosion and, keyword, cavitation rather than a deep, narrow hole. It will produce a crater 1.2 kilometers wide, yet only a few hundred feet down. And that's what we get here. So there's a huge amount of kinetic energy, of course, but look what it does. It just digs a big hole. That's a lot of soil move. That's a lot of energy, but not deep. Okay? Now this guy comes along, this professor, and he's right on his physics. Anything hypersonic, the shock wave causes cavitation, not deep penetration. But he's made an ass out of you or me because he's assumed the Oreshnik, because it's hypersonic, does the same thing. When clearly the evidence is otherwise. Okay, we've seen that here. In this video, just leaves a few spot fires. There's no cavitation, no cavity. And why would Russia spend $1 billion on this weapon when it can't even do the job of an Iskander if it's a surface weapon? Iskander's cheaper, more effective. It will blow the crap out of anything on the surface, and anti-defense missile systems can't hit them because they're quasi-ballistic. They're not really ballistic, but they move around a bit, and the Patriot missile needs a ballistic path to detect so it can intercept it. So there's no point in Russia doing this if it can do the job. In Iskander can do the same job. And this guy's wrong. It's not a surface weapon. His science is right, but he's applied it incorrectly. Okay, so what is it? Well, it's a shaped charge. Here we go. Here's my shaped charge video dug up on the internet from Operational Facts. Let's just play this thing here. There it goes. We've got this detonator. We've got this sensitive explosive here, the boost charge, which sets off the main charge. Now, what's this copper doing? This copper's just holding the explosive in a certain shape, and that shape, given is what gives it its name, causes the shock wave from the explosion to focus. Similarly to a torch, where you got your parabolic lens to focus the light in one direction. Same thing, but we're talking about an explosive shock wave, and there's your shaped charge. All of the energy is directed into one direction, piercing, penetrating, explosive shaped charge. And there's your armor of your tank or whatever, and there's no resistance against it. It's just, there you go, bang. Okay, we can see that in nature here with our 100-foot. Oh, don't see that guy's ear. In Nazarene. Come on, video. I've got Australian internet here. It's really, really crap. Okay, ugh. Come on, give me some video, please. Come on, you're embarrassing. Here we go. We got some giant surf here at Nazarene in Spain. Stop your bloody... Let's look at it. Who does this guy think he is? This is self-indulgent crap. Get to the surf, damn it. I want to see you sitting by it. There it is. Okay, massive wave. Massive wave. This is nature's shaped charge. Now let's have a look. That's a weird shot. Look at that. What's going on here? Well, here's the canyon. Okay, and just like a shaped charge has shock waves, so does the waves of the ocean. The waves of the ocean are a shock wave, and in this canyon, they all focus and do this, that, and the other thing, and form this massive wave. Well, right there on the G spot. Okay, so we've got a shape. This is Nazarene surf is nature's shaped charge. So that's what's going on. You can get into the science of it. But at the end of the day, the conclusion is we've got focused shock waves, okay? We've got a Nazarene shock wave shaped charge, and that's what's going on here, okay? We've got a hypersonic weapon that's managed to focus its energy into a shaped charge rather than dissipate and cause cavitation like a meteorite. So what this is called a hypersonic shaped charge. That's the name I'm giving it, because no one else has called it that yet, because they're off with the fairies. This guy here hasn't put it together. And it comes down in groups of 6. Now my theory is that it comes in groups of 6 is because, if the first one's hit, they're going to turn whatever's in front of it into plasma. And that is a low resistance path. So the second and third and fourth one can pass through that plasma unimpeded to a deeper state of Earth before it impacts solid Earth and then causes its own shaped charge plasma, which the last one up here at number 6 would probably penetrate very deeply through unimpeding plasma before it actually hits some solid Earth very deep underground and blast it to Kingdom Come. Now the reason why would Russia develop this penetrating weapon? Well, I think just put this together here. This is the Steelworks plant in Mariupol back in 2022. Azov Steel Iron and Steelworks, Ukraine Azov Battalion was bunkered down there in the bunker, literally a Soviet era bunker, lots of them. They didn't skimp on the concrete. And they're everywhere, including Lviv, where the recent Oreshnik hit was. So these bunkers are immune to nuclear explosions, which are similar to this cavitation effect here of the meteorite. That's how deep down they are, and Russians thought after 2022 that siege went on for ages. We can't do that. Let's develop the Oreshnik, and that's what we got now. So why is this weapon? See, all the energy is going into the Earth deep down, and it's probably fanning out too. Once it hits the Earth, that wouldn't go in just a spear-like action. It's probably fanning out. So it's taking out, the deeper you go, the more area it takes out. So it's really doing some damage underneath the ground deep down. So that's what it's doing. It's a hypersonic shaped charge. And it's very devastating because obviously, if you're in a war, your most prized assets, whether it be NATO headquarters or some munitions factory, drone factory, whatever it is, it's going to be down there in the bunkers. I believe Lviv had a very deep gasworks that was potentially hit, supposed to be immune to war, to keep the energy flowing, even if there was. It's not happening. This is a very, very devastating weapon because elites couldn't care about you and me. They couldn't care if billions of us died in World War III. While they're down in some bunker, they're worried about their own selves. But Russia's sending a message: you can run but you can't hide. So the elites are less likely to start World War III because they're going to get taken out too. That's why this Oreshnik is like a world saver weapon, very strategic weapon, and that's what it's doing, and that's why the evil Western Zionist elites that are Satanists, really hiding behind some religion. We're victims. Yeah, I don't know. They're Satanists. Yeah, I don't know who the. Yeah, they're screwed if they want to start World War III. Put it that way. That's why this weapon is so effective, and that's what you're seeing. I just want to finish with this lesson we learned from Star Wars. So I'll just play it. What he's obviously trying to do is get that proton torpedo deep in the Death Star to blow it up, not scratch the surface.
It's away! Negative. It didn't go in.
See that? Negative, it didn't go in. And that's all the Oreshnik would be if all it did was scratch the surface. So it's a lot more than that.